Alright guys, so we've just had East vs West Finals over in Turkey the day before the actual East vs West event. We had a bunch of athletes from both Australia and New Zealand go over. In one of my previous videos there was a lot of shit talk saying Oceanic athletes are no good. I believe in large part that kind of sentiment is thanks to a lot of over-promising and under-delivering by a certain person who I won't point out, but I'm sure you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. So I completely acknowledge this, and I'm not one to talk up our countries until we've proven our worth. So for me, it was super interesting to get to see how we actually do compare, because we have had some athletes go to the United States and do pretty well over there, but this is really the cream of the crop, because the opportunity to get on the actual East vs West card is going to draw in some of the massive talent. In particular, there were a lot of Europeans there, apparently no Americans. So come on, America, like, what are you doing? Don't you want to get on East vs West? We've got all these legends in America who've been doing it for like 20, 30, 40 years. John Brezink, Devin Lorat, Todd Hutchings. We really need the youth to kind of come through and take over that crown. And to get to that level, you need to be coming and competing internationally, trying to get on East vs West cards. So we need more of that for sure. So next year, please, Americans, Canadians, come along. But yeah, we had a bunch of guys. We have a bunch of guys from Georgia that have come along. Norway, I think we had some Nordic champions. Anyway, I'll look that up. But our best result by far, Ashley Huerta, the superstar, she got number 1 on the left arm and number 3 on the right arm. That's a massive result, and it becomes even more significant when you realize she's only been training consistently for 4 months. She has been off and on for about 2 years, but I spoke to her and she did tell me she's only really been committed to it for about 4 months. So if that's what she can do in 4 months after transitioning from powerlifting, imagine what she can do in another 2 years. So really excited to see where she goes. Also, Keziah Harrington from Australia, she got 3rd on the left arm. She was giving away a lot of weight to these open weight ladies. I don't think she weighs much more than 70 kilos, and I'm pretty sure she was versing people that could have been double her weight. So for her to get 3rd and to beat some of these really massive girls in her weight class really speaks volumes about the level that she's at and the dedicated training that she is doing at the moment. Besides the ladies, we also had Jamie Barrett actually get bronze on his left arm, which isn't his most well-known arm. He tends to prefer his right arm. I saw him do very impressive things at, I think it was Queensland Champs. It was either Queensland Champs last year or Nationals. I keep forgetting which one it was, but in one of those two, he took Sam Burnett off center over to the B side, and Sam had to grind it back for the eventual win. But I don't think I've ever seen someone do that to Sam in his weight class. And I mean, Jamie's even below his weight class. I think he at that time was weighing like 75 or mid 70s somewhere. So super impressive from him. And I think that just speaks volumes about the level that the right arm athletes are at in Europe. Even though I know how Jamie is super strong on right, he was having a tougher time of it on the right arm. I think he still did manage to get like 5th or 6th. I think I saw a story of his saying he got in there, but yeah, there's some real killers in that class. Also, we had some great performances by the likes of Jacob Tuxworth. So he ended up taking the hand of one of the national champions. I'll put up the exact spec of the guy, his credentials on screen. But for him to do that well, very impressive. And he did get some wins, I think, even on his right arm, which maybe it's not his most dominant arm. And given the level that the right arm athletes are at, that really speaks volumes about his potential and where he's at the moment. Just going off memory, I'm just trying to remember the other results. So I know Jack Lawrence did pretty well. He also got a pin on at least one other person. Nick Vella also got a pin on someone. Off the top of my head, I think that's just about all that I can remember. Apologies if I've missed someone's pin. In Leo's class, he got a pretty rough draw. I think he went against the on his left arm. He went against the number 3 seed out of Georgia and the number 1 seed out of Georgia. So that was really rough. So yeah, the 85 class looked ridiculous.